PoliteEnquiries. Jarrod Kimber, George Dobell, Melbourne. EP Forever says, is there any other team in the world that can get on a roll like the Aussies? No real talent. Hashtag no real talent.
Who's got no real talent? Australia.
I know, Ryan Harris and Michael Clark are pretty good, aren't they?
They just bowled brilliantly. They bowled brilliantly all day. They hardly bowled a bad ball.
Yeah.
That was the issue. It's quite a slow wicket. I don't know what he means really. They're not just on a roll. They're playing really, really good cricket.
Against a team that's not playing really, really good cricket.
Yeah.
Ooh. Luke Patika says, how has Bairstow made it on this tour if he's not the next best keeper? Jack Selvin said, do you think Josh Buttler will be a future Test match wicketkeeper? Paul Martin says, is Jonny Bairstow the worst cricketer to feature regularly for England in the last 50 years? Oh, Paul Martin must have one of the shortest memories.
Okay, so he played a really good innings. Do you remember his debut? I know it was an ODI, I think, wasn't it?
Were you there? I was there.
India at Cardiff.
He slapped it.
I think he can bat.
But I'm going to say this, I just don't think right at the moment he is up to it.
One innings against a very quick bowler. I'd be a bit harsh to judge him now, don't you think? One of the questions was pretty good. Well, the Josh Buttler question, yeah, he might well. He's not a finished article yet,
either,
but he's a very, very talented guy, particularly with the bat. The question why he's on the tour is interesting, really interesting, because he's nowhere near the second best keeper.
Well, he's not the best one at Yorkshire. I mean, I saw him keep against Surrey. He spent half the time chasing his balls down to the boundary.
The thing is, why have they bought him? Because I don't think they believe in him as a batsman or a keeper. So it's almost like the selectors and the coaches and the management are thinking different things.
I think there's just a bit of the old-fashioned, they like him.
I don't think they do.
Well, he wouldn't be here if they didn't like him.
Well, I think he's been given every opportunity not to play.
That's fair. I still think they like him. But we've done it.
Yeah. Okay.
They like him.
Okay.
Gareth Durant says, is it time to put the remnants of Ryan Harris's knees on ice and save him for the South Africa tour? We just left the press conference. The last thing he said was his knees feel fine, but his feet don't. Darren Lehman doesn't believe in resting. He was very vocal about that before. He's been very vocal about it in the job. They haven't rested anyone. They keep picking the same team. I'm not sure it's a great idea, but I can't see that they're going to back down from that now.
Do you pull over a car when it's going well because you're worried about it breaking down?
Hook Communication says, why is the cooker swinging in South Africa but not in Australia? It means Kookaburra ball. I thought he did swing a bit today for the two that can get a bit of swing.
It's swung a little bit, yeah.
And it's an interesting ground, this. Having spent my entire childhood here and not at school, generally slower bowlers swing it a lot more than quicker bowlers do. Australia has a slightly quicker attack. Even Shane Watson's not particularly slow by Shield standards. And so I think that what happens is sometimes the slower bowlers get more swing here. But realistically, I mean, people still don't actually know that much why the ball swings in certain environments.
There are different bowlers and all sorts of things.
Yeah, there's a lot of things going on. Our man Fish says, how many dead pets were at the MCG today?
Not that many, I don't think.
And Rohith Matapu says, what percentage of inquiries are actually polite? 7. And is the MCG bigger and better than Lord's and or Eden Gardens? Well, it's certainly bigger than Lord's. It's about 3 times the size of Lord's. In fact, you can fit Lord's about 4 times just in the
It probably is bigger and better than both of them. I'm sure it's better than bigger than Eden Gardens. It's a lot better. It's the total attendance as well. It's not the number of people in the ground at one time. It's the number of people who come in all day. So the numbers in there. I mean, it was never anywhere near, really.
No.
With a lot of people.
The top of the members never got full.
Yeah, there were a lot of people here. I mean, I don't know. Does it matter?
Yeah, it does matter, because they said official dead pets.
I don't know what he means by dead pets. Is that a joke I don't get?
It's a Simpsons reference to counting dead pets as votes.
Simpsons. Nice.
Mark Stewart says, surely the work rule needs to be revised. If the ball is caught and under control, it's out. Logic should prevail. Double exclamation point.
It wasn't control, was it?
It doesn't matter anyway. I like the fact that it's a ridiculous rule. That's part of cricket's charm. And I just think that it's something that's different than other sports. And I like that cricketers have now adapted and they're throwing the ball up and trying to do fancy things. I think it's a really good thing. It reminds me of basketball where the ball's going out of court and you fling it back.
I couldn't believe the criticism that fellow was getting on Twitter.
Nathan Coulter.
Yeah, I mean, KP hits the ball really hard. And it would be quite hard to stay right within the boundary if you feel me. Against that, I
think you could do it. Hell Shaw says, where's a good place in Melbourne to get a drink after the game?
Loads of places.
Anywhere on Sydney Road in Brunswick is perfect. Orman 1986 says, is Shane Watson made of glass? Not completely.
Came back on.
But he didn't bowl again.
He bowled quite well, didn't he?
He did. Raj Deep Gupta says, what did Dobell and Kimber get from Santa this year? I'll be wearing my Santa present on tomorrow's episode, and you got a Bundaberg rum shirt because that's your favourite drink.
And I gave your nipper something. I didn't actually give Jarrod anything.
That's true. Except your love.
Yeah.
And adoration. But you can give me something here right now on Boxing Day, my favourite day of the year. You ready? Juna Kyle says, why is Jarrod Kimber so cool and awesome?
I don't know. I often ask myself the same question, and I don't know the answer. He just is naturally blessed.
We'll see you tomorrow.
The world's insane.
I'm glad this is a short answer.
Size isn't everything. You say that a lot.
Raj Deep